We're starting to shift in. Now remember, just because I pick up a name, it very well could be a loved one that you're waiting for, or it could be an older generation that's here for support. But does anybody recognize the name Lewis? It's very strong. Lewis. Who's Lewis for you? Okay. Lewis, okay. So I'll wait and see where I'm going to go with that in a minute. But I'm still feeling Frank, the father energy with the lung cancer. The woman down here that was making me feel fast with a heart attack, which I'll come to. I still feel motherly, even though I know she's not. Just means she wants to mother somebody. Do you understand? Perfect, good. Just means she might be having me hug all over you, and that's okay. Do you recognize Lewis, though? Perfect, good. And there's a maternal energy passed as well? Okay, good. So it's just me feeling him. I feel like I'm just supposed to come and sit at your table, so that's what I'm going to do. Because I have these fathers right here, and then I'm already feeling him, which means he's just the person that I'm going to feel first to pour everybody through. Do you understand? Okay. Did you feel close to him? Okay. Because he just said to me, she was my daughter. Even though he was your father-in-law, and I can see him clear as day. He's starting to step in and he's saying Lewis to me, and he's making me feel the father energy, but even though he's not your biological father, he's saying she was my daughter. Do you understand? You felt close to both your in-laws? Okay. Because he said to me, we're a package deal. Do you understand? She's passed in spirit as well. That's why he's saying package deal. So they might be stepping in also with the maternal energy that's passed for you. Do you understand? Great. Okay, good. All right, I need to stop for a minute, because as they start to shift, who recognizes the name Mary? Very clear. Mary. Perfect. Remember how I said there's some other energy stepping in? Okay, so what's happening is they're all starting to shift. Lewis, the father-in-law, already validated his name to me, and I can see him clear as day. He's saying they're a package deal because the mother-in-law stepping in. He's validating your daughter energy, and then I keep getting Mary stepping in just beside them. So mom's name is Mary, because remember how I said mother's coming, okay? Okay. Okay, good. So I'm just going to leave that for a minute, okay? Until they start to validate themselves. Yeah, Mary. Okay. What's with the month of November? She was diagnosed then? Okay, perfect. I'm going to leave that for a minute, okay? Yeah, I'm feeling the mother energy, so it might be that I start to go back and forth between the four of them. I feel like I want to start with Lewis and the mother-in-law first, so I'm going to leave them for a minute, okay? Hi, honey. Your dad's like, oh, just rub her shoulder and let her know it won't be long. So I'm just letting you know, okay? All right, I'm going to leave that for a minute. He's all excited. He was a character. Do you understand? Good. He's one of several that you've lost. Yeah, okay, but he's saying Frank to me, so I'll get to him in just a minute, because he's already validating himself. Was he one of the main ones for you? Okay. And, huh? Interesting. That might be why, because I'm connecting to Lewis, why he's like, hey, I'm here, because his name's Frank Lewis. Interesting. And sometimes that can be the pull-through of the double validation as well. All right, good. So I'm just going to wait for him for a minute, because also I have this other parental energy with the lungs. Do you understand? Okay, good. He had a hard time with that. Lung cancer. Do you understand? Yeah. He's saying to me he battled to the end. Do you understand? All right, so I'm going to go back and forth between who's here for you and who's here for the two of them, and that's okay. Okay, good. All right, so you already recognize the November. I'm being told there's 3 cancer patients. Do you understand it? Is there 3 for you? Okay, good. So I'm being told 3 cancer patients for you. Then I have the lung cancer here, and then I have Father Frank. Okay, good. Cancer in the family. Do you understand? Okay. Yeah. Who's the one that had it start in the chest? Okay, good. Because as they start to step in, I have the 2 females. I'm being told Mary, and I keep getting this. Do you understand? Okay. All right, so they're stepping forward. Again, I still want to go to Lewis first. He said, I'm not going to talk very much because when I was here, all I did was tell stories, but past that, I didn't really talk very much. Do you understand it? Meaning, if you got him telling stories, he could sit and talk for hours, but if he wasn't, it was very just kind of, hi, how are you? Do you understand it? But still, you knew that he really cared about you, and you felt close to him. Do you understand? Good. He's saying to me he's been gone for a while. Okay, good. So he's actually stepping in, so I'm just going to listen to what he says. He just said, I'm the ringleader of this bunch because they need one. Do you understand it? Do you understand why I've never had anyone ever say that. And I'm like, what are you talking about? But that's what he's saying to me. He said, you stand here with these 3 women and you hear the stuff they chatter about and you say the same thing. And I said, I don't know about that because I'm a woman. I'd probably be right there with him. So he's laughing at me now. So I'm just like replying to what he just said. That was hysterical. Like I said, some of these you remember when I said I was going to come over to this side of the room and somebody was like already trying to make me feel like there was going to be a lot of laughter? I feel like this is the group stepping in. Do you understand it? Okay. Full of life. Really, really, really enjoyed themselves. This sister energy that's making me feel the sickness with the cancer, that's already doing this as far as the cancer starting in the chest. I feel like it starts to spread through the system now. Do you understand it? Because I feel the release of the spread through the system, okay? So it's just what's going to happen. I'm going to slowly take her on. She was named after your mom?
It was not this cancer, the other sister was.
Okay, I'm just asking. Because I'm being told one of the daughters is a namesake.
Yes.
Do you understand it? Perfect. That's all I'm going to say to you. So I'm being told namesake, meaning I know one's named after mom. Perfect. Good. I'm just going to listen. But I'm being told 3 people cancer. So it was in the older generations above the sister as well? Okay, because that's what I'm being told. It's hereditary. Do you understand it? Okay, good. Now, sometimes when they say hereditary, it doesn't always mean that it's the same type of cancer. Okay, do you understand that? That's how I know there's different cancers. But I know that there's cancer set in the genealogy up the generations because the way they're making me feel, because 4, they kept saying 3. Maybe there's 3 people that you know that are in spirit that have had cancer as far as the passing. Do you understand? Good. Okay, so yeah, they're stepping in. I'm hearing the clamoring of dishes. Whose dishes do you have? Or who has the dish set that was passed down?
Me.
Old china. Do you understand it? Okay, good. Sometimes they'll stack it. Sometimes I'll see exactly what the pattern is. Sometimes they'll just make me feel like they're taking it out of some kind of like hutch and they're starting to put it in piles, and then I feel like I'm shuffling it and putting it to another person. It's the way they're passing it. So you have the old dishes of your mom's?
And my mother-in-law.
Perfect, because I'm being told of the mother energy. So it's probably the combination of both. And that's probably why it's so loud for me, because it's the combination of both of them. Do you understand? Good, good. And what's with the passing in October? Because I know it's not any of them, but there's an older gentleman starting to step in just behind your mom, and he keeps saying to me, I'm here for support, but I passed in October. And I'm just asking you, because some people will remember grandparents or great-grandparents as far as dates and names and how they passed. I know it's one of those older generations. So I still have to respect what he's given me and still pass it to you, because he's given them the support for you to spend the time with them. That's all it is, okay? But my guy kept saying, older generation, she's not going to recognize it, but I still have to respect them. Okay, good. All right, come stand beside me. And we'll go one at a time. Lewis is saying to me he wasn't really a very big talker when he was here. And that's how I know he's not going to say very much. Do you understand? Okay, but he just wanted you to know that he was here. He said I had to let her know that I was standing beside these ladies. Do you understand it? Okay. It's just his way of acknowledging that he's here and that he's with everybody. Good. Are you friends? Because they said they're not family, but they're close, they're friends. Do you understand? Good, good, good. Perfect. I need to stop for just a minute because as I'm asking them to come and start to stand here, Mary and the mother-in-law and sister energy, they're already starting to shift people over here and starting to line them up for who I'm going to come to next. And I keep hearing screeching tires, which means somebody lost somebody of a car accident. Who recognizes that? Who recognizes the car? You recognize the car accident? Okay, good. So I'm going to leave that for just a minute, because remember how I was going to be coming to you guys anyway? Perfect. Is this one of the main people you wanted to hear from as well? Okay, because that's what I'm being told, so I'm just going to wait and see what happens, okay? So there's the woman that passes up the heart attack, and then I'm being told there's a car accident as well. Do you understand? Okay, because I can hear the screeching tires, so I'm going to wait to get there, okay? Good. Sometimes as they shift around, even though I'm connected to your loved ones, sometimes I might just get pulled to them just for a couple seconds because their energy is stronger, and usually it's people that are already starting to be like, hey, I'm here, I'm next, and that's okay, because I don't, that's what I tell people, I have zero control over this. All I can do is pass what they give me, and sometimes I'm like, hi, how are you, and then it's like 50 people are like walking in and walking out, so it's kind of fun. Alright, I'm starting to talk to Mary. Like I said, I asked her to come and stand beside me. Everyone else is right here in front of you, okay? So you have to let me know if you feel anything or experience anything, but they're all right there. Lewis is right here on the left because he's been there the whole time, so I'm just going to leave him. I'm just getting so run down with this cancer. The sister energy is the one with the chest cancer. Do you understand it? Okay, I'm going to leave it for a minute. I'm being told there's 3 people, and they're all starting to come in a line, and I have Mary right here, and I am just getting completely drained of all my energy. And all I keep hearing is, it was the hardest thing in my life to go through. I kept trying to beat it, but it didn't happen. Do you understand it? Okay, so I'm just listening to her words, honey. So what's going to happen is there's actually 6 people here, and I'm going to start to go back and forth between 2 or 3 of them. That's all it is. Okay? So everybody's going to start to say just a little bit. And the birthday in May. Do you understand? Okay, because she said to me, talk about the birthday in May. Do you understand? So it's her way of validating the birthday in May. Wonderful. Good. You were really supportive with her through this. Do you understand it? Okay, because she keeps saying to me, the main thing that I needed to say to her today is how much I love her, and to thank her for everything she did for me, because she was so supportive, because she felt and knew what I was going through. And that doesn't always mean you've experienced the same thing. She just makes me feel like you have a higher understanding of it. Do you understand it? Okay. And she keeps giving me the medical sign. Do you understand that? Are you in the medical field? That's what it is. That's why she's talking about the understanding of it. Do you understand? Good. That's what it's about, okay? But she's validating the May birthday, which is wonderful, because I always want them to do that. She is, she's just so, so loving. And she just keeps saying to me, she knows my name because she called me Kelly. I'm like, thank you, because they don't always do that. And she's like, Kelly, it's hard for me to try to put her grief into words because I know how hard it's been on her because of how close we were. Because she was like my best friend. Do you understand that? Okay. But I knew she understood the struggles I was going through, and she goes, I fought like hell. Do you understand? Okay. Because that's what she just said to me. I fought like hell. She said, it meant so much to me to try to be strong. But it wasn't just everybody else I was being strong for. I was being strong for myself. She said, I watched other people around me who passed to cancer before me. That's where I was getting the family history. Do you understand? And she said, I watched everyone else that passed of cancer before me. I could see they were giving up along the way. Did you see that? Okay. She said, so I didn't want to do the same thing. There was a part of me that wondered if it would take my life, and there was a part of me that kept thinking in my mind. I kept trying to remind myself to be positive because I wanted to beat it. Because I wanted to be the person that survived it because no one else did. Do you understand that statement? Okay, because I think it's about the generations previous and the generations around her that are here in spirit as far as the family who struggled with this. Do you understand? Yeah, that's what it is. She says, I wish her nothing but the best, and I need her to know that I love her. I need to thank her. There was a lot of phone calls with this because I'm hearing the ringing of the phone. Did she call you a lot and talk to you about what was going on as far as testing and stuff because she knew you would understand? And she keeps making me feel, whether it was in person or whether it was over the phone, and I'm just hearing the ringing of the phone as the symbolism, that I feel like she was asking you questions along the way too. Do you understand it? She said she always gave me great advice. She always listened to me and understood what I was saying. And she helped me to make clearer choices. Do you understand that? Did she call you before some of these choices? That's what she's talking about. Okay? That's what she's talking about. She said, I'll never be able to repay her for that. That's the support I wanted to give her today and talk to her about today because of how much it meant to me. Do you understand? Good. I felt like I was too young. But I still feel like I had a good life. And I definitely had some years to make the memories. Do you understand it? Good. I always thought that we would retire and have our feet in the sand at the beach. Do you understand that? Do you understand? Are you okay? Do you understand that? Was that a plan you had talked about? Yeah, she's making me, oh, this is nice. I'm sorry, guys. I just want to stay in this moment and look at this picture she's showing me because she's making me feel like I just want to sit at the beach with you guys and put my feet in. I can actually hear the ocean. This is so strong. I feel like I just want to put my feet in the sand. You talked about retiring to the beach together. She said we talked about retiring to the beach together. Tell her I still want her to do it and let her know I'll be there. Do you understand it? You were just talking about it? There you go. That's your answer, honey. Okay? You're going to the beach when you leave here? All right, that's even stronger validation. That's why she was making me feel like I wanted to put my feet in the sand. That's wonderful. Thank you, honey. So this is what she's saying to me, okay? She said, I want her to think of our plan, and I want her to follow through with it and let her know that as she has those moments and she's in those times of peacefulness, that I'm going to be there with her in spirit, sharing it with her. Do you understand? Good. I'm going to lose them, honey. I might only have another minute. She is just so loving. Again, I feel like I'm going to go on and on and on and on and on with her. She's a talker. Do you understand? Okay, perfect. So, you guys just had this discussion. I know this is why she's bringing up the validation. She wants you to be a little more at peace, not only with her passing, but with everybody else's, okay? It's her way of making me feel the closeness between the two of you, how special you were in her life, how special you know that she was to you, and that she hasn't left you. And that she's still going to share in those memories when you remember the memories from her. She's going to be sharing them with you. Because a lot of times when we remember the memories from a loved one from the other side, it's usually them actually being with us in that moment in spirit, okay? But she's always going to be celebrating this time at the beach with you. So when you go into this retirement and you go towards living towards the beach, it's her way of acknowledging it's something you talked about sharing together. She's still going to share it with you in spirit, and she's going to be there in all those joyous moments to come. Do you understand? That's what it's about. Okay? Good. I'm going to lose her. Even though everyone else was here, I'm being told she was the main person for you today. And I think it's not only about that conversation, but because of the support that you gave her through all this. And keep hearing voices in the back going,